everybody, Nikki D from 5 Dog Farm, and today I'm bringing you one of our favorite salads. Here on the farm, we really love to eat salad year-round, and I'm super excited. This year will mark my first real garden. Last year's garden was sort of, I became an accidental gardener. I wasn't planning on it, and some plants fell into my lap, so I gardened. And we did have a couple of lettuces that were in this treasure trove of produce that we got to plant. And we were all bowled over. There's such a difference. I'm sure you all already know that. I've bought from the farms before. It's just sort of different when you grow it yourself. So what I wanted to show you was a broccoli salad, a little heartier salad. In time, after Mr. Blue Jeans and I have our farmhouse constructed, we're 2 whole days into it, so this will be a ways away. I would like to set up a microgreens station, so to speak, to be able to grow microgreens all year long to satisfy our salad needs, because we really do enjoy it. But this is a salad that has been in our family recipe book forever. Back when I was in the workaday world, I would, you'd have those potlucks. Anybody who worked in an office typically would do a potluck. I brought this salad one year after finding it somewhere, and I think it was before online. And it was a hit, and every year I would have to bring this, which was hard to branch out because I wanted to try other things, but I decided I'd bring something else and bring this so I didn't have to hear anybody saying you didn't bring the broccoli salad. So I wanted to share it with you. I was making it tonight for our supper. And it's quite simple, and it's a very forgiving salad. There are so many different things you can do with it. The basis is broccoli, but what you add is up to you. I enjoy adding sharp cheddar cheese. Our family loves sharp cheddar cheese. But you could do Jack, you could do Swiss, whatever you can cube. The cube goes nice with the cut on the salad, and I'll show you how the florets are done in a moment. It takes raisins, but I've done it with grapes when they're in season. You could use dried cranberries, dried cherries, whatever you like that sounds tasty to you. I use sunflower seeds. Guess you could use sesame seeds. I use sunflower seeds, but you could use another nut or no nuts at all if you don't like nuts. Bacon, well, there's never enough bacon. Here I'm using 4 strips, use 7, use 10, I don't care. Or don't use any at all, it's up to you. But the bacon with the broccoli, it's a great flavor profile. For this demonstration, I'm using an already cut broccoli package of broccoli because I have a lot of things going on today. We also have our internet company here, so kind of in between things I'm filming for you. But like I said, I'm looking forward to when we have broccoli growing on the property. Or buy a head of broccoli and cut it down. Totally up to you. Green onion. You could use red onion. You could use no onion. Up to you. And the dressing that goes on this is your basic sweet coleslaw dressing. It's mayo, vinegar, salt and pepper, sugar. That's it. So it's a forgiving salad. It's an anything salad. So let's get to it. I'll show you what I do with the florets. I cut the bottom piece off. As you can see, I've already done here. And I'm setting it over here for later, and I'll show you why. But you can just go ahead and take the florets off. I like to make them bite-sized. I don't like to make them too big, really no bigger than that. Again, your preference. If you want a bigger piece, cut a bigger piece. I just like something that fits nicely on the fork where you can get a little bit of onion and bacon and cheese and the nuts and the fruits and all of that. So you get some like this, you just kind of pop those off the stem because again, the stem is coming into play here in a moment. Tear them apart if you don't want to cut them apart. It's, it's however you get to the end process is fine. But here's what I do with the stems. Over my composting bowl, I take a kitchen peeler and I peel the stems because I'm frugal and I like to use every part of anything that I have. I don't like to throw things away, I just don't. Oh goodness, I don't. So you get a nice tasty heart, really. It's delicious. There's a lot of flavor packed in it. And is it a little fiddly and time consuming? Sure, it is. I mean, you can throw it away, you don't have to do this. But I'm typically sitting here thinking about, okay, what am I doing in the next 2 hours? What am I doing this weekend? Or maybe just singing a song in my head. Who knows what's going on up there? So anyway, you peel these if you choose to, or just toss them in your compost pile if you choose not to. And then I just give them a bit of a dice. I like them a little, I happen to like these a little small, but again, it doesn't matter. You can cut them right in half and just pop them in there. And that's just my little trick to use all of your broccoli. So I think what I'm going to do here is go ahead and finish getting my broccoli ready, and then I'll come back and show you how to assemble the rest of the ingredients and how to make the salad dressing that goes on it. So I'm going to get back to this and we'll just see you in a minute. So our broccoli is all broken up into the florets, the size that we want. Again, it depends on what you like. I like a bite-sized. And then we move on to the cheese. I like to cube the cheese. You could grate it or buy grated cheese if you are in a rush and just want to go ahead and make this, but there's something about the cube size with the size of the broccoli that I just like the mouthfeel of it. So again, for giving salad, do what you like, but I cube it. So easily enough, you take your hunk of cheese, you cut off a piece that's, I don't know, I'd say that's about a ½ inch, no more. You cut that into 4s, and then from those 4s, you just make your cubes. Super simple, couldn't be easier. Usually, several of these cubes end up in my mouth, or if one of my daughters is hanging about. We really do like cheese in our family. I use 2 cups, again, because we do enjoy cheese a lot. You could use 1 cup. I wouldn't say to omit it, although you can, or if you need to use a cheese substitute, if you can't eat cheese, you could do that. But if cheese is no problem for you, do add it. It just makes such a difference. So, in goes our cheese. Does it look like a lot? Not to me. We'll mix that up a little bit. I might want a little broccoli with my cheese. So kind of get that mixed in there. And then it's just a matter of dumping everything else in. I used green onions. I didn't happen to have a red onion on me. I love both. Sometimes I use both. Up to you. This was 4 green onions. I would say for, if you're using other type of an onion, a red or a white, ½ a cup, no more than that. Maybe 1/3 of a cup, depending on your onion fancy, it depends. I am using a 1/4 cup of the sunflower seeds. Again, you can use any kind of nut you like. I like the sunflower seed in here. I am a big fan of pecans. I've used pecans before. I am using some golden raisins. This is, if I'm not mistaken, this is ½ a cup. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't giving you the wrong amount. And use more, use less, use the other dried fruit we talked about, or use fresh grapes. Fresh grapes are great in the summer in the salad, really delicious. Take your bacon. I have 4 strips here. You can use more. I've been known to use 7. Didn't this go around? Crumble them. I save the bacon for when I serve it. I like the crunch. Yes, you can add it right now with a dressing. It'll taste amazing. As a matter of fact, the flavors meld with the salad as it sits in the fridge because it does need to be cool before you serve it. Tastes way better. But typically, okay, so what I really do, I'm such a bacon hog. I'll put bacon in and I'll reserve a little bit on the side so you have that extra bit of crunch. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead and pop it all in. I didn't make any reserve. Wipe my hands off, get the bacon grease off. All right, so on to our dressing. Very simple. A cup of mayonnaise, any kind that you like. I have not had time recently to make homemade mayonnaise. That's something my grandmother taught me when I was young. If you didn't know, my grandmother used to live with my mom and dad. And while my mom and dad were busy running their own business and keeping the fires burning, so to speak, my grandmother was at home with me, and she taught me everything she knew. And boy, did she know a lot. We had a very small, typical suburban home in California, and we had pomegranates and apricots and figs and kumquats and Meyer lemons. Oh my gosh, don't get me started. Anyway, so she was a great gardener. I didn't quite get her green thumb with houseplants, but she was also an amazing cook. So to that we're going to add the sugar. The sugar, again, depends on a flavor profile that you like. Do you like very sweet? Do you not like very sweet? You could start with the 1/4 cup like I am and move up from there. It's up to you. We're typically happy at a 1/4 cup of sugar. This is organic cane sugar. And then 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. Could you use other kinds of vinegar? Probably. I never have because I really like this dressing on this salad, so I haven't tried this dressing in a different way. This is a sweeter dressing if I'm making a coleslaw and not using the tangy one that I tend to use more often than the sweet. I'm a savory gal. This would be the sweet dressing that I go to. Very, very, as you can see, couldn't be easier to make. A little bit of salt, pinch salt, 1/8 of a teaspoon, and some pepper. Again, to your liking. Mix it up. I'm gonna give it a little taste to make sure I'm liking the sugar content and I feel that there's enough vinegar in it. For us, that's sweet enough. But again, taste it before you add it. See if you like that sugar content. It's right around where we do. Enjoy it. So, all you do is put the salad dressing in with your broccoli. And you can see I used almost a whole bag here. This is a 32-ounce bag. I used a little more than half, just kind of give you an idea against the amount of salad dressing that we have there. Give it a stir to coat everything. And I definitely recommend having it be in the fridge for a few hours to chill. It tastes much better once you've chilled it. So I'll keep, oh, my mouth is watering. We really do like this salad. Just keep stirring until everything gets incorporated. Cover it. I use tea towels or I make some wax cover tops that at some point I'm going to do a video and show all of you how I do that. I'm not a fan of plastic saran wrap. To each his own, but it's not my thing. The less things I put in my trash, the happier I am. So that's basically the broccoli salad recipe that our family loves and goes back to again and again. You can change it up however you like. You can add more dressing if you like your salads coated a little bit more. There's so many things you can do with it. If you give this recipe a try, please come to the blog at 5dog.farm and let us know what options you used. We'd love to hear about it. I'm so glad that you came and watched this little video. Thank you so very much. From my kitchen to yours, this is Nikki D. Talk to you soon.